It is 8:26. A Labour MP is calling on the government to pay for all children's funerals. Carolyn Harris spoke in the House of Commons earlier this week about the pain of losing her 8-year-old son. Caroline, good morning.
Good morning.
Powerful, powerful speech.
Hard.
I bet.
Very hard.
I bet. How did you get through it?
I don't know. I think I psyched myself up so much throughout the day. By the time the words came out, the emotion came out with it. But it had to be done.
What reaction did you get from your colleagues when you were in there?
My colleagues have been superb right across the house. You know, I've had loads of hugs, more hugs this last 24 hours than you can imagine. Interestingly, I did BBC Breakfast this morning, and the response on my email has been phenomenal just in that short space of time. Mothers emailing me saying they were in exactly the same position. And please don't stop. Go ahead and try to get this to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, losing a child.
The losing the child is something you never, ever get over. The tough part in this is, and it's such a small ask, is to be produced with a bill, which by the very nature of the fact you were a parent, you're going to have a small child or a child, so you're not going to have disposable income. You're not going to have planned for this. You wouldn't have taken out an insurance policy. You don't insure your kids against this. And you just, in many cases, can't afford it. You know, how do you make a decision on what kind of funeral? Do you look at the cost? No. I've said in the House that when Theresa May suggested you could apply for the social fund, I said I couldn't fill a kettle, let alone fill a 35-page document in requesting the money.
Gosh, yeah. That's a powerful thought. Yeah. You're in no fit state to get a load of forms.
No, you don't even... I've described it as being like a bank holiday when the whole world had shut down, except it was still going on. And I looked through the window and I actually remember thinking, don't they know the world has come to an end? Why are they delivering mail? Why are they still delivering milk? The world's come to an end. But it was just my world that had come to an end. And that's how any parent feels. So trying to think where you're going to get the money to pay for this is ludicrous. And I've heard some stories where schools have done non-school uniform days. With us, it was a typical Welsh community. They had a whip round. And that covered 3/4 of the cost. Then my husband got a bank loan to cover the rest. We've heard people saying that they've had to go to the local football clubs where the kids were playing, and they've done, fundraising activities. We shouldn't be fundraising to pay for a child's funeral. The government should step in for £10 million, which is not a big ask.
And you're relatively well paid, so you're in a pretty, lucky position.
Now, but at the time I wasn't. I was a barmaid.
Of course, yeah.
I was a barmaid. I've been a barmaid and a dinner lady.
Yeah.
I wasn't. If I was an MP, it wouldn't be an issue.
No,
But I'm talking about normal, ordinary working class people who wouldn't have that kind of money.
I got you, absolutely. Can I ask you what happened to Martin?
Yeah, my younger boy, who was then 3, had gone out. We'd gone to some kind of cowboy town, and he'd fallen and he'd cut his head, and some grit had got in it and it got infected, and Stewie had ended up in hospital having antibiotics. So he'd been in for 2 days. We came out on the Sunday. Martin was so excited because he's stir crazy. He'd been in a hospital with his brother for 2 days. He left the house and he ran to tell his mate he was home. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon, Nicky, and he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He crossed the road. And, nobody's fault. I'm not laying any blame anywhere other than, it's just the end of my world for a long time. And a part of me still has died, Maybe I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I hadn't lost Martin. It either makes you or breaks you. And I was spurred on to do something to make sure I was never in that position again. And I've been able to become a voice for parents right across this country. And I intend to fight it until I do get what I want.
That's an incredible thing. Something like that happens, and then you think, right, I'm going to change the world.
Well, I don't know about changing the world, but I'm an old fan.
You're in a better position to change the world.
I can be a voice.
Yeah.
I can be a voice, and I want to be an advocate for people. I'm a normal, ordinary, working class Welsh woman who does things the old-fashioned way. And if it means I keep on and I keep on and I keep on, I will keep on. The emotion now, I'm going past the emotional side. I've bared my soul. Now I'm getting angry. Now I want this to happen.
Who are you angry with?
I think I'm angry that the government don't see it's such a simple ask, that it's £10 million. Philip Hammond could have put this in the budget last week. It would have been the compassionate thing to do. It's not a lot of money. We waste far more.
Have you written to him, spoken to him personally?
I've written to the Prime Minister. I hand-delivered a letter to the Prime Minister 2 days after she made the comment in the House of Commons to Jeremy Corbyn's question that I could have applied to the Social Fund, which made me really angry. And I hand-delivered a letter and I've still not had a response. And that's nearly 3 weeks ago. That's not compassionate.
But you have had support from the other side of the House.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any colleague has said to me, you shouldn't be doing this. But, you know, I just need the government to do it now. It's in their grasp.
Yeah.
It's there. It's for taking. And I'll keep on nagging till I get it.
I bet a lot of people listening are cheering you on who've been in the same situation and are thinking, good. I bet you've had a lot of people get in touch with you.
Just this morning, I must have had about 10 emails from walking from one studio to another.
That wasn't just people supporting you, but
no,
that was just people who were living this.
Yes, 15-year-old lost them, a 2-year-old lost. I mean, put it this way. If you have a baby and that baby passes away, I've had a couple tell me that they couldn't afford to give their child a funeral. They had to leave their baby with the NHS to deal with. How heartless is that? That the money wasn't there for that family to bury their own baby. And I won't stop till nobody's ever in that position. Because it's the only thing you've got left. We all give our kids everything. We want to give them the best. We want to do the best for them. When you get to the point where you've got nothing left to give them but a funeral and the memory, then they should have that dignity. And I'm determined to make sure they do get it.
You're some woman. Thank you. Carolyn Harris, who spoke in the House of Commons earlier this week, Labour MP, about the pain of losing her 8-year-old son and the need for financial help for the funeral for so many people. Thank you. 8:33.
On digital, online, smartphone and tablet. This is BBC 5 Live.